If you're running a retail business, don't let disorganized order fulfillment cause chaos. Use ShipStation instead. From running a business out of your garage to multiple warehouses, ShipStation is ideal for every phase of your growth. Save time with one login for all your stores and by automating tasks. Plus, you'll get the best shipping rates from global carriers. Calm the chaos with the shipping software that delivers. Start a free trial at shipstation.com/audio. That's shipstation.com/audio.
If you love entertainment, current events, and Hollywood, don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha Bean, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators.
Hey guys, it's your girl Meosha Bean. I am back with another talk. We're discussing all things news right now today. Welcome to Creators to Creators after show. This is a chat with me, just me and not a guest, but it's just me kind of bringing you all the new things and new information that has been happening in the news today, whether that's entertainment, politics, or whatnot. But there's a lot that's been going on, a lot's been happening, as you guys know. A lot has definitely been taking place, and it's just absolutely gnarly, like what's going on with everything right now. So let's definitely get to it. So as you guys can see, the P. Diddy information behind me, guys, you know that he's been charged finally. I think everyone kind of is in a place where we're like, wow, like finally, like this guy is getting what's due to him, like, what he's done. Justice is finally being served. So we're going to check out some stuff that has hit the fan and his indictment and all the news that has been thus far. We're going to react to it and kind of talk about this, that he's been denied bail and just all the things that he's facing right now. So let's check it out here.
There's really no deal that the U.S. Attorney's Office can offer, and it's certainly not one that Diddy will accept. It would involve decades in federal prison. We're talking about mandatory minimum sentences of 10 years for both the drug charges and the sex trafficking. So we know that Diddy has fought charges before. There were state charges, there were gun-related, the nightclub shooting with J-Lo, but he's going to dig in his heels, and this case is going to trial. So if you're prosecutors, you really want to make sure that your evidence is bulletproof before you go down that route.
Here, there were a few fans out here today, some in their cars yelling "Free Diddy," some understanding what the victims are feeling in this case and saying this criminal case was a long time coming. Some just surprised he wasn't even issued bail at all. I actually spoke with a girl visiting from Germany with her mother, and she was surprised Diddy appeared inside the courthouse that you see right behind me. Let's hear what she had to say. What are your thoughts on seeing just this massive amount of people outside of this courthouse while you're here just for vacation?
I was surprised. I was like, what's happening? And then you approached me, and I knew it was about Diddy. And I knew from like German journals and television that this is happening, but it's surprising to see it like live. And and I think it's good that like sexual harassment and this is getting a lot of attention, because most of the time, even with like famous men, it's held down and nobody speaks about it. And I don't know if he maybe gets a career afterwards. I don't hope. But yeah, we will see. Now, through an attorney, the defense is reportedly confident in this case, as Sean Combs' attorney, Mark Agnifilo, said he'll fight like hell for his client.
So this was the first step. We have a bail appeal scheduled for tomorrow at 3:30 in front of Judge Carter, the district judge assigned to this case. I think that we made the points that we've been wanting to make. I think he came out. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid. He's not afraid of the charges. There's nothing that the government said in their presentation today that changes anyone's mind about anything. He's been looking forward to this day. He's been looking forward to clearing his name, and he's going to clear his name. And we're going to stand by his side as he does. We believe in him wholeheartedly. He didn't do these things. This was a 10-year relationship. There's no coercion. There's no crime. There's basically just, someone who brought a civil case and now is finding themselves as a witness in a criminal case. And we're going to fight this case with everything we have, as is he. And eventually he's going to be shown to be innocent. And so tomorrow we fight again. And we'll fight every day until we don't have to fight anymore.
So here's what happened this afternoon. Diddy appeared in this federal courthouse that you see again right behind me. Now, according to sources inside that building, he appeared stone-faced and uncuffed while at the defense table. His arraignment began around 2:30 Eastern today, with some prosecutors actually say the opposite. Now, they argued the defendant is a wealthy man. It allows him to flee quickly and without detection. His counsel has taken steps to minimize flight risks to set up the argument made today. But then his incentives were entirely different, and he flew to New York actually 2 weeks ago. Now, it was reported that about 2 weeks ago, Diddy was actually up in Harlem. It's unclear what he was doing there, but there were reports that he did make that visit around 2 weeks ago. And another shocking development, prosecutors say Diddy had what appeared to be narcotics found in his hotel room just last night. Now, pink powder that previously tested positive for ecstasy and other drugs. And prosecutors say this is a heartland.
So he's facing some serious time, guys. And I mean, it's honestly, for me, my question is, and I think a lot of people who I've been talking to, whether that's friends or people that are also in the entertainment world, has been saying, like, why has it taken so long for him to finally go down? I think a lot of people were pretty confused about just like why, it's like, why is this taking so long? And it's finally making sense because they had to build the case. They had to, come up with all these things.
E-commerce business owners know a successful business keeps customers happy. That's why smart retailers use ShipStation. Turn shoppers into loyal customers with cheaper, faster, and better shipping. Manage all your orders and returns in one place and save up to 90% on rates from all the global carriers. Go to shipstation.com/program to sign up for your free trial. No credit card required, and you can cancel anytime. That's shipstation.com/program.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
And so this is very interesting. He's a big player in this entertainment world. So it's amazing to see justice being served and that we see things. I mean, obviously this is not the only person that is this powerful and that are doing things and sex trafficking and doing all these evil things to people. There's a slew of other people, and I think this is going to help people come out more to tell their story and to not be afraid anymore, because I think fear does keep a lot of people down and quiet, because if status or whatever the heck of the case is. But I think this is the beginning of a lot of things being uncovered. And I think a lot of celebrities are pretty scared, especially the ones that did party with Diddy and did know what he was doing. I think that's going to be the thing that's going to get a lot of people a little worried, because I think that this is just the beginning of a lot of things like the Epstein case. I just want to see justice definitely being served and people being vindicated.
The actions that y'all see and the antics and stuff like that, he wasn't like that. He couldn't do that around there in Harlem. All that came when he moved to Cali, bruh. He may have acted a fool on television with the making of the band and all that other like that. Those was antics.
I think everyone is just shell-shocked because people like Wendy Williams, people like me, people like Cat Williams, they don't want to believe it. And then even when it's proven, they still don't want to believe it. Like, I was watching some footage and remember that terrible apology that Diddy put up?
Yep.
After the Cassie stuff got leaked out all the way? We did commentary on that. But what bothers me the most is how that video lined up totally perfect, almost to the word, to the lettering, to the phrasing, to the emotion, to the speech that Channing Tatum gave in Blink Twice.
But yeah, in other news, politics, Trump was a second assassination attempt was a fail.
That's Ryan Wesley Ruth, the man suspected of trying to assassinate President Trump.
I'm looking for revolutionaries. Whatever people want to take this whole system down.
The 58-year-old is on the campus at Harvard University in 2022, trying to recruit volunteers to fight in Ukraine.
Walk straight back!
Now a profile is emerging of a man obsessed with firearms and the war in Ukraine. He has a record 74 arrests for firearms, explosives, and other offenses. In 2002, he fled cops after he was pulled over for driving without a license and barricaded himself in his office for 3 hours with a machine gun in his hometown of Greensboro, North Carolina. Tracy Folk was the arresting officer.
When you heard about his recent involvement down in Florida, what was your reaction?
I was like, holy cow. I mean, I knew who he was immediately.
Could you believe somebody who has had so many run-ins with law enforcement was able to be free, get a gun, and go down there?
It's crazy.
Ruth is twice divorced and has 3 adult children. He told a federal magistrate at his arraignment today that he earns $3,000 a month working as a roofer, but owns no assets other than a used truck valued at $1,000. His son, Oren, posted, "He is a loving and caring father. It doesn't sound like the man I know to do anything crazy, much less violent." Ruth tried to enlist in the International Legion of Foreign Fighters in Ukraine, but was considered too old.
We need 100,000 people here fighting.
Instead, he became a recruiter. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Holly Williams was in contact with Ruth for more than a year.
Ryan Ruth seemed very sincere, but at times, perhaps somewhat naive. At one point, he even sent me an audio track of a song that he'd apparently recorded about the carnage caused by the war in Ukraine. He certainly did not give the impression of being a hardened fighter.
Just last week at the debate with Kamala Harris, President Trump was lukewarm in his support for Ukraine.
Do you believe it's in the U.S. best interests?
Ever get the feeling you're being watched online? It's data brokers. They collect your personal info, your browsing habits, where you live, and who you're related to, and then sell it to the highest bidder. Aura helps stop that. Aura automatically removes your personal info from data broker sites and keeps it off. It also monitors the dark web, protects your devices, alerts you to real-time threats, and more. Start your free trial at aura.com/listen. That's AURA.com/listen for your free trial.
For Ukraine to win this war, yes or no?
I think it's the U.S. best interest to get this war finished and just get it done.
All right.
Negotiate a deal.
I believe the reason that Donald Trump says that this war would be over within 24 hours is because he would just give it up.
Could that exchange have triggered an unstable man into carrying out an unthinkable act?
Happened to be on a golf course in Florida. The man has been, detained, thank God. But it's just crazy. And there's a lot of people, I was reading things online on Instagram. People were saying, oh, well, this is great that he's, why didn't he get shot? And I'm just thinking, no matter what, guys, we are actually living in a time where a president is being there's an attempt assassination. This is historical because when it usually happens, it actually happens, like the Kennedys, Martin Luther King. It doesn't matter if you don't agree with someone's, rules or agree with someone's policies. Like, he's still a person, and I'm glad that he's safe. And I just read some really crazy comments. People that were like, just mean. They're like, I wish he would die. And I'm just like, no, guys. No matter what, I might not like a lot of different leaders and positions. Doesn't mean we wish them ill, And I feel like everyone has a right to have their own opinion about someone, absolutely. But we're not trying to throw stones, and that's when it's gets a little weird. I feel like a lot of times people hear people's they want to hear people's oh, well, who are you gonna vote for? I feel like no one has to tell anybody who they're voting for, and if you do, it's like you're being shunned and put down if it's not the majority of what the world society says you should vote for. And if you vote for something completely different, it's like, oh, you're exiled, you're not a good person. And I think it's bizarre. Time out for that. Enough of that. No more bullying, guys. Everybody has the right and opinion to think and vote however they want to vote for and who they want to vote for. Just in the world in general, you have to have your own mindset. And if you don't, you're going to be bullied into thinking whatever. And then you're not going to be thinking on your own, so have your own thought process, and don't be bullied or swayed by others' opinions because it's not the politically correct answer. And I just wish people would wake up and smell the coffee, because guys, we have to do better. We have to think for ourselves, or we're going to be easily, and it's crazy how you see very educated, very smart people even myself, I see a very educated, very smart people somehow being manipulated into certain thoughts and told if they think differently, and then they're swayed. So I guess my thing to today is just have your own mindset, think for yourself, and go and do your own research. Don't just go off of what he or she say. Go off of what, an answer for yourself. And not just because someone says this is the place, this is who you should vote for or whatever. Definitely vote, absolutely. It's our right to do that as citizens of the United States of America. It's just like when COVID happened, a lot of times people were like, oh, did you get your shot? Did you get your, actually, my medical records are my medical records. I never had to tell you what my medical records are. So why am I going to start now just because the president says that, or television says that, or the news says that? Guys, think for yourself is what I'm saying. We're living in a time where people aren't thinking for themselves. And it's quite scary. So keep God first, man. Keep God first. That's what I do. And, at this time and day and age we're living in, it's so many things happening around the world, and we just have to be diligent. We have to definitely have discernment, and you get that from God. Christ is the only way, and that's what I say. So that's my talk today, guys. Creators to Creators after show. I hope you guys enjoyed that, but thank you guys for listening, and make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. Stay up to date with all our new interviews. There's new interviews every week. We're back with, we're in season 6. We're just getting started, guys. A lot of amazing guests coming on the show, a lot of amazing conversations to be had, because again, it's all about truth, and this is what my podcast is about: sharing your truth, sharing your journey, and we all can grow together. All right, God bless. We'll see you guys soon.